Welcome to app development tutorial with Lua using Corona SDK. Those rectangles that you guys are seeing, I've actually used random function to generate the different colors that you will see. But right now they do nothing apart from when you press Ctrl R, the color changes. So let me take you guys straight into Corona SDK where we will develop a new one and you guys see how it's put together. So I'll start by giving it a name. Let me just call it Rect 1 or Rect 2. Now save that on my desktop. Make sure you select the upright and it's a blank tutorial there. So that's the development environment. Now the following files have been generated, and these that's the main Lua file that I intend to use, but I will not double click on it here. I'll just come to File, Open in Editor, and that is it right there. So I'm going to delete that. You can save it if you want. If I come in here, you would notice relaunch. There's nothing happening. But right here, look at all these borders. Let me get rid of those for now. So start by saying display dot set status. The status bar has capital B. Display dot hide status. Okay, so let's hide that and close that. So that's the state. That's for the status bar. Now I'm going to create my first rectangle. So let's go for local variable. In this case, I'm just going to call that rect1 and equals display dot new.Rect. And there I would set the coordinate 50 by 50 by 50. There are 4 attributes that would have to go in there. And this variable, might as well copy and paste it right there. Variable, let's assign column there and set the color. Make that color big. That should be capital C. That's correct. And in this case, I'm going to use random dot. That is math.random. What I'm doing there is, instead of just entering maybe 0 by 250 or 255, I'm actually asking the system to generate random colors for me right there. So you know, the color actually takes 3 attributes. So if I enter that, the system will generate the random color for me. And right here, all I then need to say is my variable rect1 x-axis. Let me set that to 40, and the y-axis for this variable, I set that as 0 equals, make that 0. If I save this, let's save it and let's launch it here and see, and that is what you see right there. Okay, now since I have deleted my status bar right here, so maybe I should move it down a little bit. Okay, so let's do that. So let's just call that let's go for 40, save, so relaunch, and there. And you can see now I've moved that down. So instead of just writing another code, I'm just going to copy and paste that right here and then change as follows. Let's change this to 100, change the x-axis to 100, save and relaunch it. That is the second rectangle. And the next one, maybe let's make that 160. Relaunch. See, because I've set my random color generator, you notice the color changes randomly. But supposing I decide to just give it a number, let's say 5, comma 0, comma 255. Let's get rid of that, and you see what will happen. Save that, relaunch, and you see that color right there. So even if I relaunch it again, supposing I relaunch it one more time, you can always press Ctrl R, you see this color still remain the same while these two color changes. But I prefer random color, so let's take that back and just set it as random. Now save and relaunch it. So that's the color there. So copy this again and add another 60 to that. That should give us 220. So save. Let's click on that. Yeah, relaunch. See that? So I will then repeat that all along, and let's change this to 280. Save, relaunch, and that. So all I will now do is just enter a line right here. Okay, copy all of these up to there, copy right underneath here, paste that, and then let's add maybe 60 to this, and let's see 100. What would 100 do? Let's see. 100. Okay, relaunch that. Alright, that's 100, so that's fine. So I can just copy the other one and just add another 100 to that. For the third row, come right down, paste that there, and these become 160. Add 60 to each. Okay, relaunch there. Okay, repeat exactly the same thing. So the next one will be 220. So copy and paste and change this to 220. Save that, and there. So what I'll do now is just speed it up and get back to you guys. Okay guys, this is how it's looking right now. So let's do the last two together. So this will be 400 and that 400 and another, and that'll be all 400 again. Okay, the next one will be 460. So let's just copy this and paste that in there. Change this one to 6, so you guys can develop the same project. And I would say look out for my next tutorial. That would be an interactive app, really. So let's save this and relaunch, and that's it guys. So just look at this code, it's all similar, so you can develop exactly the same thing. Well, let me take it up so that you can see it all. The very lines of code is to get rid of the status bar that was up right up there, and this is my very first rectangle right there. And as you can see from here down here, those are the randomly generated color. If I take that off and enter, let's go for 0, 255 by 255. Let's save that, and you will see how the random function difference. Can you see that? Okay, so even if I relaunch the program, let's relaunch it, you will notice this color stays the same, sky blue or something. So if I relaunch it, you notice that still remains as sky blue. But if I copy my random color generator back in there and save, that's what you get. And one other thing I'd like you guys to know is look at the different coordinate there. Supposing I change this from 50 to 80, you will see where the changes will take effect. Run that, and It's not well pronounced. Let's add more, maybe one more and another one here. Make this 180 as well. Save. Okay, can you see that? So that is why I've set it all as 50 by 50. So I'm going to save that and there. So at least you guys understand how to set the different attributes. Use color, random color generator, and allocate the various coordinates. So that's from here down here, that's for the very first row, and here down here the second one, second row, and so on. Okay, it's just the same lines of code. All I've just changed, or the changes that took place, was just the coordinates. Okay, I suppose you all enjoyed. So with that, I'm just going to call it the end of this tutorial. You all have a nice day now.